in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready? Switch the outlaw. Hey, switch gears.
On first down, it's Haskins. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
First down, Washington.
Ready? Right. Watch the slip. 57 Mike 57. Hey, tight.
On first and 10, it's Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now the second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Third down, here's Geis. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go with Geis. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29.
First down, Redskins.
And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. first down. This is Geis. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Second and 5 now. Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Go.
I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes. They know it's real. Yeah, been this way before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing. I'ma show them skills. Show them skills. Yeah, how about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? Rep for your bro, for your post, department, your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Hey, look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet, this sugar, one man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes. They know it's real. Yeah, been this way before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing. I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me. I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful. I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes. It was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead. Is it to get rich or dead? Trying. This ain't never new. I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze I won't. I can't lose. Ready, rest or a bed. Do what you can to do. Make it next move your best. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes. They know it's real. Yeah, been this way before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing. I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me. I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving it soldier chills.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, ready! 15, run. 15, run.
Check pass. He's checking.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Let's make these babies cry on the blade, man. General West!
Patrick. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Come off the ball. Come on. Switch. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. Big edge.
Hey, Sam off. They go.
Now Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. 3rd down here.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Ready up.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Here's Jones operating from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Haskins on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. A 4-yard pickup that gets them going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Able to find his running back, Geis. 17 yards that time and a Washington 1st.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Mike 29. All day, dog.
After the sack on first down, Haskins. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They run with Geis. The defense may be content to give him 9 there as it brings up 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Five.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Mike, 56.
Throwing Jones. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
56. Months 56. Let's go, baby.
Get it.
On third down, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. A healthy Evan Ingram, that could be a great elixir for New York this year. A season ago, he only played in 11 games because of the injuries, 35 catches, which was a dip down from 2 seasons ago when Ingram caught 64 passes.
Hey, lock it.
You got tight right there.
Let's go.
Now Gallman. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. I got you. Mike 56, Mike 56. Bandit.
On second and 12, Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Jones. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. And counting the defense here, the Redskins have 6 defensive backs out there.
You got nothing.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
At their own 15-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins. Complete. Richardson has it. And some room to work. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
24-yard gain on the play.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Now Haskins to throw it. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Haskins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 7, Haskins. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Richardson. 23 yards the pickup there.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Haskins. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Looking to throw, Haskins. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, and now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Jones on 1st and 10. They're going to Gallman here on the screen. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. 2nd and 15. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
That's good for a Giants.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Cody Latimer, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Right. He's tight on you. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. You got 3 down.
Yes.
We got motion. Back up. 35's the mic.
Jones now. Gonna throw again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
31's the mic.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Thomas. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable, and there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Second and 5 now. Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half. It's Haskins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 28-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On second and a yard, Haskins. And it's caught. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Second and goal from the 1. On the ground, Geis, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half, Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And Ingram hauls it in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
60 or 5.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
On the ready.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Shoot.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Well, they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5 on the 10. They should be ready to go.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Shift.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there for Washington. 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Here's Haskins to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From midfield now, Haskins. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield.
The 2nd down pass
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. Third down. Here's Haskins. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
First down, Washington.
Here we go. Here we go. Watch the slap. Watch the
Safety screaming.
Throwing now. Haskins on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing again, here's Haskins. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown.
That's it, baby. We got 6.
Trent Sherfield, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones finding his target. It's Cody Latimer. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Jones now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Jones operating from the gun. That's complete to Gallman. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing Jones. Going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Leonard Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
Giants take over first and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A delayed give to Goldman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
Ready, break.
Mark, boys, 56. Check, 56. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Snap.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
It's hauled in by Shepard. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 22-yard line.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Ready. 8, read.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey.
Jones on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Hey, team 6.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Haskins to throw it. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them and now it's been a real issue for him during this game.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Geis, they'll try to run it. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's Geis. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins.
Touchdown, baby, let's go.
Darius Geis, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout here on the defensive side of the ball. So they want to stop it with 1 second to go prior to the 2-minute warning. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Escaping the... And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. There he goes, left side. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but now it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Geis. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And this score will stay right where it is. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
They'll begin with a run by Gallman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. From just shy of midfield, Jones nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. Like when I said that, in his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Redskins, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head back home.